Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to BOOMTOWN 2021. I'm Rowan and I'll be your MC for today. I'm delighted to be here. It's been a year since I've done one of these, so I'm quite excited. I'm sure it's probably a while since many of you were in a room with this many people as well, so welcome. Before we start, I'd like to acknowledge our event partners, Transport for New South Wales, Hitachi Australia and Western Sydney Airport. Thanks also to our other sponsors, Arup, Commonwealth Bank of Australia, Deloitte, DPI, Endeavour Energy, John Holland, Lumia, RPS, SEC Newgate, Sydney Water, Urbis, Venues New South Wales, Venues Live, Western Sydney University, Westlink M7 and WSP. Now, I note that there are very few people wearing masks right at the moment. Unfortunately, it is a requirement that inside the venue today, unless you are drinking, eating or gibbering like I am, you are required to wear a mask. It's a state government venues requirement. It may not be the case in other private venues or in offices, but apparently we do have to abide by that regulation today. Also, in the spirit of being COVID safe, keep your distance where and when you can. There is hand sanitisation stations around the place if you feel the need to use those. And aside from some of our tables that we've reserved for speakers and staff, you can sit where you like, but please, once you've picked a spot, stay there for the day. That's another one of our COVID-safe requirements. Catering breaks are going to be a little bit different this year, but we still want to keep the BOOMTOWN spirit of collaboration. So just listen to the Accor Stadium staff. Now we're at Accor Stadium. I'm going to take a while to get used to calling it that. Accor Stadium. Can we all say it with me? Accor Stadium. Thank you very much. That's about how the media is going to do it, about 1 in 100 for the next little while. So if at any point you feel unwell today, please let some of the Accor Stadium staff know as soon as possible. You have an event program on your table with the day's agenda. You can read more about the event and our speakers. There's a QR code there you can scan. We also encourage you to participate as much as you can to get the most out of today. So there are a couple of ways you can do this. You can SMS questions and you can send it as a text to 0488 079 368. That is the number that's on the screen at the moment, 0488 079 368. You can engage on social media, tweet us a question using the Dialogue Twitter handle, which is at WSL Dialogue, and our event-specific hashtag, which is BOOMTOWN 2021. And stay around for the whole day because at 4:45 we'll be having a drink co-hosted by Lumia. Thanks very much, Lumia, in advance for that. That's going to begin immediately following the conference. So the Premier is minutes away. He was one of our first speakers, but to get us there, we have a couple of things ahead of that. The first of which is an acknowledgement of country. And to do the acknowledgement of country, it's my pleasure to introduce the Director of Kimberwalli, Kelly Stanford.
Good morning, everyone. As I was introduced, my name is Kelly Stanford and I'm the Director of Kimberwalli within the Department of Education. I'm a proud Aboriginal woman and a direct descendant of the stolen generations through my father, and I have connections to the Yuin people of the south coast of New South Wales. But I acknowledge that this event is being held on the lands of the traditional custodians, the Wangal peoples. The lands of the Wangal stretch along the southern shore of the Parramatta River between Cockle Bay and Rose Hill. I pay my respects to the Wangal ancestors and elders for their past and ongoing care of country and community and continuation of culture. I also want to pay my respects to the traditional custodians of all the Western Sydney lands that are the subject of this event today. And they include, depending on how we define Western Sydney, the Barramadigal people, the Gundungurra people, the Dharawal people, the Cadigal people, the Gandangara people and the Darug people, whose lands I am privileged to work on every day at Kimberwalli, the Centre for Aboriginal Excellence. Now, Kimberwalli is a Darug word, and it means many stars. It was established to support Aboriginal people to benefit from the investment and growth in Western Sydney. A key focus for us at Kimberwalli is enabling our young Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people to transition from school to further education and into employment. It's a place where Aboriginal people can come to get support, develop their skills, feel strong in culture, and build connections to reach their full potential. I'm proud of the work that we do in Kimberwalli as Western Sydney nurtures the largest, youngest and fastest growing Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander population in Australia. We have a median age of 21 versus 34 for the rest of the population. Western Sydney boasts many cultural sites of significance, and the land holds the memories of many important historical events and the actions of wonderful people. Now, Western Sydney, as we all know, boasts wonderful multicultural community, but we have great diversity as well amongst our Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. And that's partly because Western Sydney was a resettlement area for Aboriginal families back in the 40s and the 50s. So, because the focus of this topic, focus topic today is about growth in Western Sydney through transport, infrastructure and property projects that will impact on the traditional lands of our custodians and the homelands of all the people that I just mentioned, I respectfully ask all of you a favour. When you are planning your projects, please try and remember that every single project will take place on what was and always will be Aboriginal land. Can you please try to find a way to create opportunities for Aboriginal people to pursue their aspirations? Can you try and think of skills development opportunities and exposures to career through things like skill-based apprenticeships or traineeships, or via economic development through procurement from Aboriginal-owned businesses? When you're thinking of ways to grow Western Sydney through innovative digital technology initiatives, please think of our huge young population and how you can support them to develop the skills required so that they can take an active part in these emerging career pathways. And also, if you need some help accessing this wonderful talent that we have in our region, reach out to me, reach out to us at Kimberwalli. We have state-of-the-art facilities and we're working really hard to create partnerships and programs to enhance and grow the many talented stars that we have in our community, and we will happily support you to create relationships with them. This is a win-win for all of us. We will all benefit from accessing and supporting the wonderful Aboriginal talent that exists in our community and is reflective of our community. Thank you all, and if any of you need my details, please reach out to Adam, Chris or Brett, they have them. Thank you.